Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. I say morning, it might be afternoon when you're watching this, or evening, whenever you're watching it. I wanted to do a little video about how I resand a drive and how to resand a drive. Now, it's not rocket science, but for those of you that are interested, this is how I resand a drive. Now, this section, as you can see, of the patio has already been resanded, so that's looking all nice and neat. So we're now doing this part of the patio. Now then, as you can see, I've got a nice line of sand, and all I do is just sweep that along nice and slowly, and all you need to basically do is just push the sand. I'm going to use my hand to show you here, but you just basically push the sand in like that, and then when you've obviously swept over, that's the kind of finish you get. So this section here has all been done, look. So it's really, I'm going to do this one-handed. It's that easy to do. I can do it one-handed. It's just push the sand forward into the grooves and into all the cracks and the lines, and then just sweep the excess off the top. Now some people do say sweep across, but it's not really that important. You're only resting the broom on anyway, so you're not going to really be taking much out. So you just push it forward and just let it all go in. Obviously we don't want it to go down that drain hole, so we're going to sweep around that in a minute. But that is pretty much like I said, there's no rocket science to it. It's not a difficult task. And what I like to do is I like to go in a line like that. It doesn't matter if it's a small patio like this or if it's a massive drive. The process is still exactly the same. Nice straight line, and just sweep it into the cracks. Some holes will be bigger than others. Some of the gaps are bigger than others. But as you can see, once you push that in, and then you would just basically just sweep that over like that, and then you've got a nice section there where it's all filled in. Now the reason that we do resand driveways and patios, we always offer the customer the option to do it themselves, or we offer to do that as an added on service for them. And the idea of it is, it's not so important on a small patio like this because you're not really getting any weight on it, but the idea is it keeps all the blocks from moving side to side, which stops them cracking, and it also stops any blocks sinking if it's obviously on a driveway where there's cars and vans or whatever, motorbikes, and a lot of traffic on a driveway, obviously with people going in and out. That's the idea of why we resand a driveway, to keep the blocks together, stops them twisting and moving and cracking, and it also stops them sinking as well. And it looks nice as well. It's a nice finish afterwards, as you can see. It's a nice finish. So yeah, we're going to get the rest of this swept forward. We've got a little section out the front to do, which I'm going to do as well. But yeah, it really is just a case of, and like I say, on this drain section here, I'm doing this one-handed. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed, and then we'll just sweep round that because I don't want all the sand going down the drain hole. And then what a lot of guys do, I mean, I haven't actually got one yet, but they get a leaf blower, whether it be petrol or electric, and then when they're done, they'll just go over the whole area with a leaf blower and just blow the whole area, and it just takes anything off. I like to be quite thorough, and I tend to sweep mine off so I don't get a lot of sand sitting on the tops of the blocks. But yeah, it looks really nice when it's done. So it's just now, just grab the broom. Yeah, it's just a case of going along. Any excess sand can be swept up afterwards. If you miss a little bit like I have there, you just come back and then go back over it again, and there we go. I don't like to put too much sand down at first. I'm probably going to need a little bit more to get into that back corner, but I'd rather put too much down rather than have a lot of sand to kind of sweep up afterwards. it's quite easy to move about as well. Like you can see, I'm doing this one-handed. Just get that in there. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. And just sweep into the cracks, look. And that's that done. So I'll get the rest of this done. That step there and that step there, and we'll be back in a minute. What do you need to resand a drive? That's pretty much it. A bag of kiln dried sand, nice little dustpan and brush, and the brush, by the way, I've lost somewhere in the van, but I use the pan. And this is, I think this is a coconut bristle. It's a nice soft bristle brush, which is great for brushing in. Your kiln dried sand, I get that from Wickes. I think it's £5.50 a bag, and I've nearly, as you can see, I've nearly used one bag on this whole area. I will measure the area, and I will pop a little thing here to say the size of it. But these gaps are quite big. Look, some of these were quite big gaps, so it took quite a bit of sand on this side. But yeah, and it must be dry. If you try and put it in wet, it'll just bridge the gap, but then when it dries out, it'll fall in, and you'll have big gaps and unhappy customers. So we're just going to get this little section done, and then we're going to do the section out the front. I don't think I'll video the front section because there's quite a few people backwards and forwards, and then obviously patio furniture, I'll put that back before I go. And yeah, we're all done then. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how to resand a block paved drive. Same with any kind of paving, tegular paving that gets resanded. Any block paving like that, obviously your Indian sandstones and that, you don't resand them. It's really only for block paving and paving like this kind of paving, your normal block paving. Like I said before, it stops your blocks moving, cracking, breaking, sinking, and just keeps everything nice and tightly packed together in where it should be. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you all on the next one.